Hello and good morning, Andrew. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Errol. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. What a unique book. This is a total one of a kind. Here, not there. I've never had a choice like this.
Well, I'm glad you think so. I wrote it for people who wanted those kinds of choices. That's why I did it.
Yeah, because there are so many places nowadays that are overtaken by people. And it's like, man, why did I come here? There could have been a better choice. And you really do open up our eyes to that.
Well, that is the reason, Arrow, that I did do this. A lot of the places in here aren't well known. Some are familiar, but they showcase unfamiliar neighborhoods or stuff to do in it. And it's sort of similar to the dupes craze that's going on TikTok. And so what I want to do is highlight places that, for example, are out of the way, might be cheaper and less crowded. And the reason, we did that, talking with my editor, Allison Johnson, because everybody realized, for example, that after the pandemic, we all came down with a collective case of FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
So what did that mean for travel? It meant everybody hit those iconic destinations all at once. So if you arrived in the Pantheon, you had to wait 3 hours to get inside it in Rome. If you were at the Smoky Mountains National Park, you were tied up in traffic jams.
Yep.
And then, of course, once you got in or got to the place, you discovered, thanks to inflation, Myrtle Beach became Monaco, for millionaires. So this is the kind of thing, and because we're National Geographic and because we care about the world and all the creatures in it, we're very concerned that over-tourism had some bad environmental impacts. So I thought if I could redirect people to less visited places that contain some of the same attributes as the more crowded ones, both the planet and my readers would win.
Yeah. I would have never envisioned Chile being a brilliant place to go hiking. But then when you look at it, you're going, why would I think otherwise? I mean, yes, it's got to be a brilliant place to hike. Look at those mountains.
Yeah, and they have a huge series of, a long line of national parks, spectacular scenery. It is like the Pacific Southwest or the Cascades all rolled into one, except that it's in Chile. So when it's cold up here and maybe the Sierra Nevadas are covered in snow, you could come to Chile and hike in the summer.
Wow.
With summer weather.
Listeners need to understand that it really is, you've given us the power of choice because so many people are traveling to Hawaii. But in your book, you're saying, have you thought about Portugal?
Yeah, well, actually, the Azores. So when you think about it, Errol, you think that, people live in California and on the Pacific coast. They go to Hawaii, but we have an island archipelago that's just as beautiful as Hawaii, close to closer. It's still far, but you could fly from Boston to the Azores in a couple of hours. And these are island chains that have spectacular beauty. They're different, and it's a different culture. But again, the same sort of groupings of these islands, with each one being slightly different and have its own unique character or identity. So yes, these are the things that you can do. And again, to save perhaps on money, you don't even have to go to Greece to see the Parthenon. I didn't know if you know, but Nashville,
yes,
Tennessee, the home of country music, has an exact replica of Athens' Parthenon in Centennial Park. As a matter of fact, I was told the sculptor modeled the smile of the goddess inside, Athena, after Elvis Presley. So that much I know. It is the Music City after all.
And you know what? Right there in Nashville, it is so beautiful. I've experienced that, and I really did. It was a moment that I've never forgotten because it was so authentic.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just cities either. I mean, summer's coming, and two of our most popular national parks are Cape Cod National Seashore and the Smoky Mountain National Park. But these are some of the most crowded. So I have suggestions for people. So, again, the wait, the reservations for camping, all of that why not choose instead of Cape Cod, Michigan's Great Bear Dunes National Lakeshore? Sleeping Bear Dunes is an incredibly beautiful stretch of beach with these amazing sand dunes on the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, on Lake Michigan, and just 95 miles from the Smokies, but far less crowded, is Tennessee and part of Kentucky's Cumberland Gap National Park. Lovely mountains, great hiking. It is a spectacular place, but far less visited. So it always kind of amazes me why these places never get as popular as others. But luckily for me, and here not there, they did.
Yeah. I'm an RVer, so I know what that's like to try to get a great camping spot, because we're usually a month and a half. You've got to book it out that far, or you don't go, or you take the second best shot, which isn't always the best place to park that RV.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, and this is the sort of thing that I find, so interesting too. As a matter of fact, there are some suggestions I think you've noticed that are not, they talk about cities, but I hope to shine a light on ignored or unknown neighborhoods in cities, like in L.A. Everybody goes to L.A., right?
Yep.
So you go to Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, you want to go, to Hollywood. But I say don't go to West L.A., go to East L.A.
Yes.
East L.A. has some of the most wonderful unknown nooks and crannies in that city. Neighborhoods like Mount Washington and Eagle Rock, which feature these eclectic bungalows, the kind of the Dr. Zeus kind of trees, and little known, lively restaurants, little known attractions. There's even a collection of secret outdoor stairways that are built right into those hillsides.
Wow.
They were done in the 1920s when LA still wasn't a car culture, so they had the big red streetcars that went everywhere. So it was quite possible for you to live on the side of a hill, and you walk down these steps to catch your streetcar to go downtown to go to work, and then come back home. But these are great places, and it really lets you get into the heart of neighborhoods that are very Los Angeles, but nobody knows about.
Oh, my God. I love this book so much, dude, and it's come out at the right time. Please come back to this show anytime in the future.
I kind of think so. It's kind of funny. I wasn't anticipating when I had the idea to write it, but all of a sudden on TikTok, destination dupes are trending. It's really interesting. I think you're absolutely right. It is the
Oh, it is. It is.
Right
to me, it's going to surpass true crime stories. Just what you guys are doing, you're making life exciting, is what you're doing. Oh
well, yeah. I do think I do think that it gives you a different perspective on travel. We've all, I call it being you're socially influenced to death. I mean, you see these social influencers on Instagram, and they're all going to the same places, and you're thinking, wait a minute. I'm not that good looking. I'm not in this place, and everybody else is going to be coming here. It's the kind of the angel wing syndrome.
Yep.
I don't know if you know that the pictures of everybody sort of leaning up against the building with the painted angel wings on either side of it.
Yes.
In Nashville, there's a line to do it because apparently that's a very famous one. But do your own thing. I mean, this is the thing. I hope that when people read Here Not There and they see these 100 ideas, they'll have their own as well. And I hope they can, reach out and write me about that, because who knows? We could be doing a sequel.
Excellent.
So we'll have, because there's always more unknown places.
Excellent. Well, you be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Okay. Thank you so much for having me on your show.